What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? I'm here to talk about Power Book 4 Force. Look, this episode was called Great Consequences. So, episode 2 we're on right now, and Tommy made a chess move this episode. He did a chess move. He brought back Power, the first Powers nostalgia, and it was a good episode. But there was some little things that we'll discuss a little later. So let's get into it, y'all. So as you know, this episode started off where we left off with one of the CBIs with Tommy taking out Chewie. So Chewie got taken out, and now this is the aftermath of Tommy. They find the body, and this is Lieutenant Bobby DeFranco. He found the body, and he seems to know everything that's going on as far as the street gangs. He knows about he knows about uh who's who. He's figuring out what's going on with this, and he's trying to find out. Basically, he's looking around to see if he can find somebody that may know some information, and he sees the guy that's playing the saxophone at the corner. Now, he talks to him, and he does try to convince him. He does try to convince him to, relinquish some information, if so to say. But he's not relinquishing the information. What he is doing is, quid pro quo. You got to give something to get something. And he gives him, but he gives him a little more. And voila, he gets his information, and he finds out about Chewie being a pancake, which was, I like this phrase, the way he called it, because you gotta flip a pancake. So that was cool to me. Anywho, he gives him that information. So now he knows that there's a split with the CBI boys. He knows about treason. He knows about CBI having that split. And now he feels like it might be some sort of war going on between the two, which is true. So he's putting things together, Bobby DeFranco. However, the cop that was here, he seemed like he was a rookie, because he had to basically educate him on how the streets work. The streets is not going to talk, and it's not these people. That's the code of the street. I like the way he explained that to him. Now, moving on. Being that Tommy took out Chewie, he goes to tell Diamond, Diamond got his back all out. It's all oiled up and looking good. You know what? Look, let me just expand on that for a moment. It's just oiled up and looking all good. I just want y'all to look at that, ladies. Look. We're going to get back to his back in a minute, because I think he should have been using it for something else besides this too. Anywho, getting back to what we was talking about, y'all. So, I got sidetracked with Diamond and his back, and his strong back. Anywho, moving on. He basically busts in on him while he, pounding it out with the girl. That's why I couldn't get off of that back. Anywho, he tells him, look, you don't even realize what you did. This is gonna start a problem that we don't need right now. And Dom is absolutely right. Meanwhile, we get to Jannard's people, the treasons. They already got target. They have already having target practice, because they figure they're getting ready to fight over territory, but they thinking it's something else. Jannard comes with the bad news that Chewie's gone, and his boy little K is like ready to go avenge his deletion by getting to get back at Tommy. And he like, we gonna move on him when I say we move. And so they know that Diamond wasn't behind this, so they realize this is all Tommy's doing. Now Victor, Victor is at Gloria's gravesite. He's at Gloria's gravesite, and he gets a visit from Tommy. So he asks him, Tommy and him have a conversation, and he's like, well, did do you know who took out Liliana? And he says he doesn't know. And then he asks him to come work with the CBI because he tells him he's not working with his family. And then he says, well, if you find out anything, let me know. Even though he knows who did it. He knows who did it. Meanwhile, Vic asks Tommy, do you know who put out Dahlia like that? Who deaded it? He's like, nah, but if I find out, I'll let you know. So they both know they playing each other. So they both know what's what. He knows that he knows Tommy. So he's gonna continue. He's gonna press hard on it, and he's gonna keep finding out because he already said how he gonna put the person in the ground when he finds out who did it. I want to see. Do you think he gonna take out Claudia? Let me find out. Anywho, Claudia. Meanwhile, Claudia. Oh no! I'm not here. I'm sorry. Back it up. So Walter Flynn is trying to make this deal to get these bad pills. He at first he wasn't gonna take the deal, but now he knows that he gotta pay. He gotta pay these people in He gotta pay these people. Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. Keep in mind, he still has to pay the people for the Four Horsemen. So he has to pay them. And the people in Dublin, now there it goes, it just came out. Now he has to pay these people in Dublin, so he gonna have to make this deal. And like I said last week, this is the point where you need to bring your kids on. I said this last week, and Paulie's putting that in his ear, especially Vic, because he could deal with the South Side. So basically, they're gonna dish this bad batch off into the black areas. So once that happens, that's gonna probably kind of like really mess up their stuff. But I'm gonna get back to that later because I got a little theory with that. Moving on. Now I'm at Claudia. Now Claudia using what she got to get what she want. She using what she got to get what she want. And she's getting some information. She's getting some information from him. And she's getting the information from Brendan. And Brendan is like, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. He said, I'm gonna be honest with you. And this is what it was. If your father doesn't like basically start paying, and it's gonna be off with his head. If Doc doesn't pay, it's off with his head. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen to him. So now she know the truth about that. Now that she knows the truth about that, it's like she wants to run and help him, but she wants to hold that information close to her chest. Because, Claudia is a thinker and she'll use this to her advantage. Who knows? She might let it happen, but if that happens, they lose everything. So she's going to have to strategically work this to her advantage. And I believe she is. Next, this one, he's sniffing cocoa. He's sniffing cocoa in the morning to wake up. And Walter Flynn is like, you're waking up to it. I never know you do that. Anywho, he tells him that, but he tells him he wants him to work with him also. But Vic don't want to work with him. Vic do not want to work with him at all. He don't want to work with him for the simple fact that he can't trust him. And he doesn't, after everything that happened with Gloria, he don't want no parts of him. He don't want no parts of the business. He don't want no parts of Claudia. So he just on his own morning and stuff like that. And so his father's really trying to snap him out of it, but it ain't working. Anywho, with the next that happened in this, Diamond goes to visit Janard to talk this out. You know, he gets frisked in the whole bit. He comes in there. And they know he, to me, not for nothing, you know and I know Diamond not gonna take out his brother. At least not yet. But for the simple fact, I'm gonna stick with this. He's still trying to be a big brother to him and warn him, don't make a dumb move. This could get out of control. You need to cool yourself down because if this gets any worse, I'm not going to be able to control it. And he's telling him the truth. So Jannard is smart. He's taking heed to it. But you know, he still got his troops that still want to do what they want to do. Moving on. This one here, oh, this man get on my nerve. He get on my nerve. But he's by the book. I feel like he's trying to play it cool right now, Diamond. But I think he gonna have to take care of him and find out his business, like how he had to take care of they had to take care of the other one. So that's my opinion with that. He comes in here. I don't Tommy. He comes in there. That was funny with him with the old man calling him Eminem. And this was embarrassing to me. This you shouldn't have did nothing like this. And to me, I feel like Diamond need to report him for doing this nonsense. You don't tell him to take no random of his business in front of his customers. You messed up. You trying to mess up his business. When you want him to go back to the street. That was some BS, y'all. I didn't like that. Cause that I feel like now you need to go find out where he lived, everything. What he drive, all of that. Find out what's his weakness. That's what he needs to do. And maybe, you know, Tommy like to do so much damage, maybe sick the white guy on him. Anywho, now he comes to her to offer her a proposition to work with him because Vic let Walter Flynn know about Claudia being behind Dahlia and how Dahlia was doing. And he's like, you know, you might want to put her on this. And he went there with his hat in hand to ask his daughter to join the business. And now she feels like, all right, now it's my time because he told her, I want you behind the driver's seat. Now, I'm like, what? I felt like if he would have kept it like this, she would have probably relinquished that information. But I don't even think at this point Claudia believed him. That's why she's still holding that card that Brendan gave her to her chest. You get what I'm saying? Moving on. So now we see, shouts out to Brillo the Big Review because he had me dying on this. Anywho, we went to this, and this whole scene, we find out that one of Miguel's men knows who? Julio. So this kind of broke the ice with them between Miguel and Tommy, where he kind of let him in, but what solidified it was basically the whole pow, the whole drive-by solidified it because Tommy stepped up and saved homie's life. You dig? So basically that happened, and he kind of got some cool points. I thought at first he got shot twice, like once in the chest. I mean, once in the arm, like a graze, and once in the stomach. But then we see later, it was only one pow. You get it? So I his sister basically nursed him back to health, and you know Tommy loved every minute of it. Tommy loved every minute of it, but he also, when he's leaving, he meets his grandma Abuela. And she basically don't like, first of all, Tommy was corny with it, was saying talking about the low rider. He was just really extra. And he just this is when you know that Ghost was the face of the business of meeting people because he knew how to communicate better. So this, she don't trust him right off the bat. And not only that, if Ghost would have met this, it would have went smooth like water. Because you know why? Ghost speaks Spanish. So that would have worked out good too. Anywho, moving on. This one little cat, he is mad because he can't get no get back. And he he's basically venting, punching that bag, and talking to Sandy. So talking to Shanti. Yeah, so he talking to Shanti, but he really letting his feelings out, and he kind of crossing the line, but he's telling her this. And Santi smart, she taking in everything he's saying, everything she's saying, and letting him know, look, you overstepping your bound now. You talking crazy about my mans. And he was like, look, he's starting to look weird, look real weird in these streets right now. Like he's not looking good to his people. And they ready to bounce from him now. So I don't know how much longer Jannard is gonna be able to hold on to all of this. And a reason why I say that, I feel like it's gonna get much worse for Jannard. So now moving on. So we get wait. Oh, hold on. It's something I wanted to show y'all. Now, when that happened, when that whole incident happened with the the pow pow, he he's mad. Like I said, he's gonna do what he gonna do. He seemed like he gonna make his own moves, and I kind of figured that was gonna happen because he was already pissed off. And then this was crazy, but this was like, I don't understand why he did what he did. Dude did what he did, get the rest. He gonna rob a bodega. Remember, Claudio already told him, when he told Claudia that he didn't want to work with her anymore, and she went to try to talk to him again, and then he was just saying he don't want to work with nobody. She tried to talk him back into it. He goes on this bender, goes to this bodega, picks up this dirty skank. Claudia already said when they was at the bar that he smelled like he ain't washed his booty and all that other nonsense. Like he ain't washed his booty, and then you going in that bodega getting a BJ, and she was down there smelling BALLS. Ew! I'm just saying that was, come on. I'm like, that's what I was thinking of when all that was happening. First of all, you with this dirty skank, y'all in there, she gives you a BJ, and all I was thinking about was smelly BALLS. I'm just saying. Anywho, he gets arrested, but he gonna do you know what I am move? No, they done tased that ass and made him look like a fish out of water, y'all. Word up. I'm just saying. He looked like a fish out of water when he got hit with it. Anywho, moving on. So he gets tased, he gets arrested. So now, we're going to talk about this. The Serbs come in there, and Markovic is coming at him right now. He's coming at him. He's telling him, look, you got my money? He gave him the money that he was counting earlier, but this is not a good move. That money that he took, he was robbing Peter to pay Paul, y'all. So he done took Miguel's money and paid Markovic with it. So now, he got to still get that money to Markovic, to Miguel. And his man's is like, wasn't that Miguel's payment? And Jannard looked like he about to boo-boo. He worried. He got bubble guts. You can't tell me he don't. Anywho, moving on. So Santi again to the rescue, but she letting them know, no. This ain't, I'm not giving you this to you. This alone. But she says, I'm betting on you. And she's really letting him know that she's in his corner, and he had to make some sort of payment. He had to eat the cookie. Moving on. So before we go there, let me go to this part. Now, because of this that happened, Vic, how can I say it? Vic gets arrested and we get an apology.
Is it an apology? Sorry? Is that what you need to hear? I'm sorry I've been such a shitty fucking father. And Gloria, I fucked up. I can never fix that, or the pain you're feeling. Just face to face right now, I'm telling you, I need you, Victor.
So he's telling him he need him. He's telling him he needs him. He's telling Victor he needs him. And at this point, he's being truthful. And I feel like at this point, I'm thinking that Vic finally got an apology, but does he really forgive him? And we find out he doesn't. He don't forgive him. He's vowing to Gloria that he's going to take his father's business down. So I think he's going to do something crazy. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I feel like he can probably put them pills in the area where Paulie's son is, because that's not like he's homeless, but he's in an area where mostly people of Caucasian people are. So that's it. That's how I feel about that. So anywho, moving on. You know what I got when once Tommy did all of this.
Tommy? You know what happens now, right? That works. You good?
Once Tommy did all of this was, how can I say it? He had to take him out. It was corny. I wish Diamond would have did some other stuff because, we looking once again. I'm back to this again. This is what this strong back should have been for. This is what it should have been for. This strong back. It should have been for this. I wanted to see some action with Diamond, like him, beating guys up and stuff like that. Now, if he would have came from behind him or something, they would have started fighting, that would have been cool. Or if they would have been fighting and that guy got the best of Tommy and then Diamond had to jump in, that would have been cool too. Because I just want this, after what we seen earlier, I wanted to see the strong back really working. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, y'all? Anywho, that's all I gotta say about that. Now, Miguel goes to meet with this cartel. I feel the cartel guy. But I feel like with this, now we know that Miguel is not, he's just a spoke on the wheel. He ain't the head man in charge, y'all. And the way this guy talked to him, it was crazy. And he was talking about doing his sister real dirty. So to me, the way everybody talking about how Miguel been putting so many people in a graveyard and stuff like that, what if Miguel took this dude out? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Anyway, moving on. Now, last we get to that whole thing with Tommy getting in a drive-by happening. When that happens, it was a dumb move that little K made, and that's gonna really come back on him hard. It's gonna come back on him hard. And then we find out that she's with the lieutenant. So I don't know. I guess they are item. They not married because I don't see no rings on his finger. But that's her boo. That's his boo. So they together. So, they talking about their job and stuff. And she's saying how she couldn't get her task force approved and this and that. And then he gets that phone call, and then he finds out about that little girl in the drive-by, which was dumb. You see, how you pulling up? You ain't even line up with this dude. You just happen to see him. You didn't. It was just it was a bozo move. That's what it was, a bozo move. So yeah, he's a bozo. Now the task force has been okay. The question is, are they going to be on Tommy's tail? Now, are they gonna like actually approach him in the next episode? I think so. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Hit the like, hit the share. Put me up in that algorithm, y'all. Holla at your girl. And chat it up in the comments with me, y'all. Talk to you guys soon. Later. Ew.